Hello, my little worms. I'm Day, and your bachelor number 1 is the Red Halfling. While he may be short of stature, he makes up for it with his spirit and indomitable will. His biggest claim to fame was being a background extra in the first Lord of the Rings film, everybody. But as he is currently, quote, between acting jobs, he spends most of his time doing menial farming work with his 3 brothers in the hamlet of Treeborough. Meanwhile, your second bachelor is the Blue Halfling, a proud member of the Halfling activist group Big Wings for Short Kings. This little guy has recently been protesting for house elf rights over in Hogwarts and is leaving a big impact despite his small size. But he is also currently involved in a lawsuit over trespassing, but due to an NDA, I can't provide further details on the matter. Wow, they really are both quite a catch, aren't they? Anyway, unrelated to all of that, welcome back to Day Complete's Tabs Campaign, Simulation Campaign Edition. And the level we're attacking today is Wall. Wall never changes. A solid foundation of brick and mortar, where your allies will be swept away like dust in the wind. Wall remains. Unbroken. Unyielding. Wall. And now it's time to spin the Wheel of Units to find out what unit I'm going to have to include in my team. And the unit is the Quick Draw from the Western faction. Oh, that's a good one. And our opponents for today are 10 berserkers standing high upon the wall, ready and primed to dive straight down to anyone that we put in front of them. And then between the gap back here, we have a line of shield bearers and 2 lines of Sarisses behind them. The biggest issue going to be the shield bearers, because we rolled on the wheel the Quick Draw, a range unit that fires bullets. These shields are going to block the bullets. Therefore, the Quick Draw is going to be basically useless to our strategy. That's not great. That's not a cheap unit. But I'm sure we can make it work. Maybe? Alright, I have a plan. Does it involve the Quick Draws? Technically, yes. Will they actually be necessary to the strategy? No, but they will be present, and that's good enough. So our first obstacle is getting rid of the berserkers. The way I'm going to avoid that issue is by putting a dynamite thrower there and a dynamite thrower there. Now, if you see when we start here, they're all just going to jump straight off the edge immediately. So that completely removes them from being a threat. Apparently, both of our dynamite throwers just murdered themselves on their own dynamite. I mean, I hope they don't do that in the actual run, but alright, I think their main purpose is just getting rid of the berserkers, so that's probably fine. Alright, so then towards the back is where we want our quick draws. I'm going to put down 2 of these, even though, again, they're not really that necessary. Then in front of those, we're going to put some melee units with the miners. Why am I using everything from the Western faction? No, felt like it. And again, Wild West, not West. I'm never going to get that right. And then the final unit that's actually going to tie this together, probably the most useful unit, is catapults. We're going to put 1 catapult there and 1 catapult there. So these are probably going to be the units that are actually going to save us, because they're going to do a lot of nice AoE damage inside this choke point that the enemies are going to be walking through. So those are probably going to do basically everything. The dynamite throwers are probably just going to, kill themselves. The quick draws might shoot like a couple people, especially if we get the shields down. Then maybe they'll do something. And the miners are also here, I guess. Yeah, it's basically just, the catapults. And now it's time to let this battle commence. And immediate slow motion as we watch the berserkers go flying straight off the edge. Haha, you guys tried to kill our dynamite throwers. You're also jumping backwards, which is funny. But yeah, that didn't exactly work out great for you. Apparently one guy over here did actually get back on though. And he's been shot, so I guess that's not a problem. Alright, back to max speed. Alright, so well, that guy blew himself up. I said I didn't want that to happen, but I guess it's fine. So you guys are right up there, keeping them all in the choke point. Now we just need the catapult to hit them. There we go. That's gotten rid of the majority of their forces. And now that the shields are down, our lovely quick draws are shooting everyone that remains. And we're done. So I think that went quite well, actually. Everything did what it was supposed to. The dynamite throwers tricked everyone off the edge, except for that guy. But that didn't really matter because he got shot in the end anyway. We distracted them with the melee units, and then we shot them all with the quick draws. So technically, the quick draws were actually necessary to this. Huh. Victory! But I have to know, were the quick draws really necessary? What if we didn't have them and we did the exact same fight without those quick draws being at the back? Can our team still win without the quick draws, thus proving them to be completely pointless to this? Maybe not, because it does mean we're down like 2,400 coins. That's kind of a lot of coins, but they seem a little stuck there. But yeah, they just stab the catapults. But what if we actually did still use those 2,000 points and just added 2 more catapults? These guys are probably going to be in the way, though. So we'll do that, and then we'll go back to the Wild West, and we'll just add... let's just a bunch of miners, because we can afford 4 of them, might as well have 4. What about now, though? If we actually continue the concept of the strategy, but not like the exact team composition. Unfortunately, you managed to get right in there and destroyed one of the catapults, and you fall off the edge, so we're down to just 2 catapults anyway. That was not the point of having 4 catapults for this test, but it seems like they've removed basically everyone anyway. There's only like 1 guy left. What, 2 actually? That guy did get back up. So now it just comes down to can these catapults fire in time, and they got stuck on the shield, so there they go. So no, I don't really feel like the quick draws were all that necessary there. Yeah, I think 4 catapults, well, 3 and the other one. 4 catapult kind of was a bit more effective, so yeah, I don't really think they were actually necessary. And in defense of that bonus round, technically since 2 of the catapults were basically useless anyway, because one of them had a berserker jump at it randomly, it didn't happen in the original version, and then the other one kind of fell off the edge, it meant that really it was basically the original strategy, but with just 4 miners instead of 2 miners. So yeah, again, the extra catapults didn't actually add anything, and yet they still did win. So yeah, it really did prove, I think without shadow of a doubt, that the quick draws weren't actually required for that strategy. The catapults were more than enough. Though I do think if we remove the catapults, ain't no way that strategy works. If you remove the catapults and replace those with 2 more quick draws, you just lose. That's not gonna happen. There's like no way in hell that'd work out. Huh. I stand corrected. Let's just speed this up in the background here, because I have added the 4 mines to see if maybe that will work. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video that we did here. Sorry this one was slightly delayed. I didn't really get around to recording it during like the previous days for actually get it up on the Thursday slot, so it ended up being on Monday. But anyway, it's out now, and that's mostly fine. So anyway, as they hopefully kill them, and yep, prove it right there. It just needed 4 miners. Honestly, maybe you could even do it with 2. But yeah, 4, that's all. It did not need the extra 2 catapults. It was just completely unnecessary. But anyway, subscribe for more, and roll the outro.
I gave that bastard what he deserved. A funeral. Fit for a king.